My former bully is now dating my brother, and he wanted me to forgive her.
Hey, your brother's whack.
I, 35 female, Isabel, had to deal with bullying for the majority of my childhood, as I was an easy target for most. Short, thin, braces, glasses, flat-chested, etc. I was also very submissive.
You can't laugh. You can't immediately.
People could say or do a lot to me, and I rarely stood up for myself. I feel that. By the way, this comes from that one crazy chick. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we are here to give you some good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We would only tell you what we would do in this situation, but we would love to know what you would do in the comments, as OP said. One of my bullies, who we will call Anna, 36 female, was someone I often saw growing up because we lived in a small town where everyone knows everyone and or is related due to marriage. We are related by marriage. She's technically a distant cousin with no blood relation to me. She never physically bullied me, but would say very cruel things, point out my physical claws, create embarrassing moments for me whenever possible. Often, her attacks would lead me to tears. She did these things when we were young, 11 to 14, every single time I saw her. Thankfully, because we are distantly related, as I grew up, I saw her less and less. I never forgot what she did, but counted my blessings that I no longer had to see her. About 6 to 8 months ago, I found out that Anna was dating my brother, Mark. Mark likes to keep his dating life private, so he doesn't talk to me about it. I also saw no reason to tell Mark that Anna was a bully to me as a kid because, 1, he, of course, can date whoever he chooses. 2, her being my bully as a kid doesn't really affect their relationship. Now, as an adult, I am no longer an easy target for bullying. I am very vocal about when someone does me wrong, and I will call them out or cut them off as needed. Okay, so on to the part where I may be the a-hole. Here we go. I am supposed to go on a vacation this coming weekend. A short 3-night cruise. Fun. I had planned originally for me and my cis 40 female, Jess, to go just with us. Then we decided to make it a sibling trip and also invite Mark. Make it a fun way to reconnect as life has taken the 3 of us in different directions. Well, today, when I was doing some onboarding stuff through the cruise line app, to my horror, under my brother's name / reservation was Anna Smith.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Ew.
That was your high school bully.
I am able to see his reservation because I booked in-port excursions for the 3 of us. I immediately reached out to Jess asking if he knew Mark was planning this and why we didn't have any kind of heads up that he was bringing someone. My sis and I are both married. We could have brought our husbands, but the point was to be just us siblings, no one else. Jess asked Mark about it and told him, hey, FYI, Anna used to bully Isabel a lot as a kid, so we will be avoiding you 2 for this trip.
Shut up.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but how old are we now?
Way older. This was like when they were kids.
So it's like
I don't forget though.
you shouldn't
I'd
forget,
be like,
but
ew,
now
no, I
it's
hate
like
her.
now it's just I don't know. It's like
You've grown as an adult.
it doesn't make what she did okay or like not have any weight anymore, but it's like I don't know.
Jess is aware of my history with Anna since I vented to her about it when they first started dating. Mark's reply was basically, it was so long ago, so I needed to get over it. And Anna is not like that anymore. She's changed, grown, and he thinks all of us would really get along. Mark plans to call me soon to discuss this issue, but I honestly see no need as it won't change anything. Our sister Jess thinks that if Anna gives a sincere apology and acknowledges her wrongs, that we can start over. I don't want to start over. I don't believe she has changed at all. Of course, Anna is going to be on her best behavior around Mark because they are dating. I also know from other mutual friends and family members, small town life, that she was still stirring up drama in her early 20s by talking about people making up lies. It only stopped because her parents got wind of it, yelled at her, and forced her to apologize to whoever she wronged. Well, why didn't she come to you? I spoke with that person. Let's call her Jade. Jade stated it was a very fake apology, didn't take any responsibility, basically tried to say that it was lies and someone else has it out for her. I was able to find out from multiple people that she in fact was talking about someone. They witnessed her do this. So to me, this shows that she actually hasn't changed because she obviously was that mean girl even in her early 20s. Could she have grown over the last 10 years and stopped? Maybe. But just because she is sorry doesn't mean I have to accept it, right? Yes. Yes, OP. That is correct.
I mean, here's the thing. You can either carry this around for the rest of your life, or you can just let it go. Those are your two options. You can
Yeah,
let it go and see maybe things could be better.
but also like in like a pivotal point in like your life and like having all of these people surround you, and then there's just like this like bully of the town who's just like, this girl stinks. Look at her stinky clothes, nah, nah, nah," all this stuff, and it's like that like sticks with you. No one ever wants to like feel like that and whatever.
Yeah.
My brother would like all of us to start fresh and use this vacation to get to know each other. Also, I would like to point out that Mark added Anna at the very last minute. I know this because I check the cruise app weekly since this is my first cruise and I'm very excited to experience it. Oh, cruises are so fun. I never saw her name anywhere in the app until today. It's Wednesday. We leave Friday. Whoa, that is
Mm?
quick. He is currently on a week-long vacation in Hawaii with Anna. Right now? My guess is that the cruise came up in conversation and they thought this was a great opportunity for Anna to meet Jess and I. Where I am probably the a-hole is I am not going to forgive her. I don't want to hear any apologies she makes. I honestly don't care if she has 100% change and now reads to the blind and helps the homeless 24/7. I don't want to see her. I plan on acting like she doesn't exist. I won't talk to her, acknowledge her, and will walk away to find something else to do. I will still talk and joke with my siblings, just not with her. That's so petty. So, would I be the a-hole if I didn't forgive Anna, didn't try to start over and do as I planned and pretend she doesn't exist while on this cruise? And there are some comments.
See,
I
like
feel
now,
like some of those things are a little intense. Like, you can be cordial, but you don't have
Yeah.
to like be like buddy. If she's gonna be with you, be within the same like cruise as you, you're gonna have to see her.
Exactly.
Especially if she's dating your
Yeah,
brother. But
that's
like,
yeah.
you don't have to be like. You can be like, good morning, goodbye, all right, cool, bye. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be like f you or like give her like a stare.
Yeah, it's like even by like not forgiving her, it's like she still has the control. She's still like presiding over the situation because now it needs to be like oh well, we're gonna just ignore you and we're gonna act like you don't exist. And then like that's still all coming through the lens of that person. So
Yeah.
like that person's presence is still controlling the way that you behave and act
Mm-hmm.
instead of just being like, hey, I don't care. Or like, hey, that happened. What you did was wrong. But that's in the past. And I'm
Yeah.
going to move forward at a baseline of, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got some comments. Comment number 1. Your brother is definitely the a-hole. Why would you make a sibling trip into a +1? And with someone with a bad history with your sibling, you are not obligated to do anything. You will not be the a-hole at all. Keep your distance and have a good time with your sister. And if
Yeah.
something organically heals between you and Anna, fine. But it is not required for you to forgive and forget, especially because she has given no indication that she wants to apologize earnestly. OP responds, trying to give Mark some grace as he didn't know about my history with Anna until her sister Jess told him via text. He also says that he got confused and thought adding a +1 was okay since during the holidays we had a celebration for Jess. For that celebration, Jess said Mark could bring Anna. I was aware of this and promised Jess I would be on my best behavior to not ruin the night for her. He thought because Anna was invited to that event, coming on the cruise would also not be an issue. Which is fair if we didn't say multiple times how we, Jess and I, were excited for sibling time on this cruise. Reply. He's lying. There is no reason to hide that he invited someone on the trip unless he knew it would be a problem. After you invited him on the cruise, he should have asked before inviting anyone else, obviously, because this was a sibling vacation. He clearly knew this was selfish and rude at a minimum to invite someone and hijack the trip he didn't plan. It's not believable that he thought inviting Anna to a party meant go ahead and invite her on a cruise. That's a transparent lie. He's an inconsiderate, selfish knucklehead. That's even if we assume he didn't know about the bullying, which I suspect he did know about.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Bat. Or what? Who's another detective? I don't want to slander Batman.
I don't know.
Just like it
Sherlock
makes
Holmes?
it's totally fair to think that this guy has no idea his younger sister was being bullied from the ages of 11 to 14 by this other girl.
I don't know. It's a small town. Everyone knows everything. It seems like.
I don't know, man.
You said you grew up and do not take anyone's anymore.
Anyone's dookie.
But here you are taking from your brother.
That's
for some
a
reason.
little poop emoji.
Tell him to cancel the trip for his girlfriend, or else you'll avoid them like the plague and never be able to trust him again. You're being a doormat. See, I think that's extreme. I don't think that he's being a doormat. It's like, what? I don't know. What are you supposed to do? Like, he invited her and probably, like, paid. It's kind of like last minute. It's like, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you book it last minute, you could probably cancel last minute. I don't know. I don't know how it actually all works, but, like, I don't know. It just seems like everything's just really petty. Oh, there is an edit. To help answer questions and clear up confusion, Mark did not know Anna bullied me when they started
Ah.
dating. He only found out yesterday when Jess told him. I'm estimating their timeline about 6 to 12 months based on what our mom told us in the past. Anna was added to the cruise very last minute. I booked the cruise early last year. Mark joined in December. I regularly checked the app and her name only appeared within the last week. Right before we leave, Mark and Anna are currently vacationing together, so I suspect the cruise came up then. I don't know who decided to add her, but no one asked and gave us a heads up. I technically could cancel / reschedule the cruise, but since it's last minute, we leave tomorrow. I would lose out on all or some of the money I've spent, around $2,000. That is not a small amount to me or anyone else. We've said many times to anyone who asked about the cruise that this was a sibling cruise. I agree that Mark ignored this fact. Anna and I are only distantly related by marriage, no blood relation. She's essentially our aunt-in-law's family. We grew up seeing each other at large family events, which is when the bullying happened. I'm not a pushover anymore. I'm choosing to stay calm and set my boundaries because I love my brother and don't want to blow up the relationship over his girlfriend just yet. And by the way, we would love it if you joined this relationship with all of us here. You can listen to full episodes with stories just like this if you go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search OK Storytime. There's a little bit left. Any final thoughts?
I mean, yeah, you know what? If you're still super butthurt about it, just go on the cruise with her, throw her in the ocean. What
I
are
would
we
say,
talking
you
about?
know what? If I would let your brother know that you're upset, which it seems like you have, because it was supposed to be a sibling thing, and he didn't ask. He just did it. At this point, just hang out with your sister. Like, get dinner or like a meal with your fam, like with everyone, like once in a blue moon on the cruise. But like, just go hang out with your sister. If your brother really effed up, you know, show him like his actions have consequences for it, just inviting his partner, aka your bully, and let him know like, hey, I didn't appreciate that. That wasn't cool. It's supposed to be just a bonding trip between us three, and especially with her bullying me. I know this is brand new to you. I don't really want to spend time with her. You know, I'll be cordial, but I'm not gonna give into that energy.
Yeah, it just seems like you're putting so much energy into this girl and like worrying about it so much. And like, I understand the worrying and everything, like that's completely validated. But also, you know, it's been years and years and years, and you're going on this vacation. Yes, it's unfortunate that like, you know, this happened and like nobody really knew about it until last minute, and you're going to the cruise now tomorrow. So it's like, what do I do? Like, obviously, just suck it up. We're going to get through it and we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Just go there and be like, you know what? I'm not going to let this girl get me down. Anna, you know, I'm not going to let her get to me. Someone mentioned a theory that Mark and Anna may have gone engaged on this recent Hawaii vacation, and or she's pregnant.
Oh,
This
that
is
makes
why
sense.
Mark didn't mention him bringing her and was just going to show up at the port with her.
That to
Also
be-
why he's
yeah.
pushing hard for me to forgive and forget and to use this trip as to start fresh.
To be clear, not discussing it all before adding another person to a group trip is weird and not courteous. So, there's that.
I hope this isn't true. Nothing I can do, if it is. Honestly, unsure of how I would react to this news. I know many wanted an update, but nothing has changed since I've posted. Mark is supposed to call me tonight to discuss the situation according to her sister, Jess. We are all supposed to leave tomorrow on the cruise. I will most likely update this after the cruise is over. Thank you to everyone who gave suggestions and advice. It was helpful and will use some of it. And that's it. There is no update on the cruise.
My father is offering me money to talk to him again, and it only offended me.
Whoa, what does daddy want, huh?
And there's a trigger warning here for mentions of a past harmful relationship. My 24-year-old female dad offered me over $4,000 in a retirement account he set up for me, but said he wants to sign it over to me in person. I have no interest in his money, even if I don't need to see him in person to get it, because he always has strings attached when he gives me something. By the way, this comes from user Routine Internet 146. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Savannah.
Oh boy, it's only Monday, guys, and I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily. But we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do. So let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. As OP says, I can just see it out of the corner of my eye. My dad set up this retirement account when I turned 18 as a birthday gift when we were still in low contact, but I cut off communication with him when I was older. I don't quite remember when, after a fight where he disrespected me and refused to go to therapy. It's been years of no contact at this point. The only thing I don't have my dad blocked on is through email, where I receive a handful of emails a year, and most of them are delusionally normal sounding, like how he would love to come visit me and meet my partner and updates on his life and how he loves me. But every once in a while I get a really negative one that is just aggressive enough and scares me. My dad has a calculated speech he uses to get his way. It makes you feel crazy and like you're the problem when you are reacting normally to stress. He is a master gaslighter. Most recently, he has been trying to give me access to the account he set up for me by saying, I will be mailing you a physical copy of this, the account information, if I don't hear back from anyone about it. And then I will be coming in person. So let's avoid that with a simple email reply, and then you can go back to your going no contact. My father lives across the country from me, but has shown up at my house when we lived in the same state in the past, and I wouldn't put it past him to do this again despite the new distance between us. I do not want him showing up at my home or work causing drama. In previous emails, he insisted on meeting in person to discuss this in a way that was phrased much less like a threat. I have not responded to any of his emails over the years, but my dad has been very persistent on this, even sending a creepy DM to my mom's cat's Instagram page. My creepy dad said, "Hi, cat's name. You're a very cute kitty.
I don't like the way you're reading
I
it.
hope you're well and enjoying town, smiley face. I wonder if you could do me a favor. Could you help me get in touch with OP and or OP's mom? I've been saving money for OP in a retirement account, and it's almost time that it has to be put in OP's name alone. Thank you for your consideration, and I hope the birds are keeping you entertained." I am just so tired of this. I have asked advice
Thanks, white
from my
man.
mom and some people in my life, even older coworkers of mine who have kids, to get different perspectives on what I should do. I don't want this money because he uses gifts for leverage. I feel like they always have strings attached, like, I was so generous and gave you this thing, so you have to give me your energy and love. Talking to him hurts me for so many other reasons I can get into if you think it's relevant, but this is the only thing specific to my issue right now. I feel I need to share because this is already so long. Should I email him back and feed into this to keep him from showing up at my house? If I do, what do I say? How do I protect the peace I've made for myself since he's been out of my life? And there are some comments. Build a decoy house.
I felt the decoy.
Build a decoy house.
I think that I feel like no contact, like you've gone this far and now like all of a sudden he's like coming back and he's like, oh, here's retirement funds or something, right? Am I right? Is that what he's doing?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then it's like, thanks, but like, huh? And also, why are you going through my cat's Instagram? Like that was like the weird part. But I would get in contact with him so he doesn't like just show up and then you're like not prepared, I feel like at least being able to control when he's there is a better outcome than just being like, I'm just gonna ignore it and like hopefully he doesn't show up. Then you're just kind of like living like in anxiousness and that's not good. So I would just set up, like a time and date, be like, if you want to do this, this will probably be, last time of us speaking, whatever. You're weird. I don't like you. And this is what we're going to discuss. And that's it. And then we're done. And you don't
Yeah.
need to talk to me ever again. Thanks, Dad.
Cool. Yeah. Comment one. One thing I'll share with you is that the most malignant narc I've ever known weaponized therapy. I actually think he lied about even going to get my guard down. There's no way he was able to find a new therapist and meet with them within days of booking. Usually therapists are booked solid for a while. But he would just tell me what his therapist supposedly said that always conveniently lined up with his point of view and benefited him, to my detriment. Comment 2 says, OP, you want to have some fun? Tell your dad. You'll meet with him after he sends you his explanation of benefits from his insurance company or Medicare that shows the billing for 6 months' worth of therapy visits with a licensed psychologist or licensed psychiatrist. No LCSWs either, a real psychologist or psychiatrist. That will never happen. He's a loser for even trying to sell that lie. Comment 3 says, so what? You'd get the money in 40 years. No thanks. Also, I have posted this before, but true no contact means cutting communication. You reading all his messages and emails and anguishing over them and writing posts about them isn't helping. Block, delete, do not read them. I have never once showed up for an in-person meeting that was begged for or returned a call or email where it was ever important or beneficial. It was just a giant waste of time and more of the same. As you can see, it almost certainly will just make you very upset. In my opinion, the time to be nice and fix things was in the past. There is nothing that exists to salvage, and I am not interested in trying to force relationships with people that have already screwed up so much. These people, this is all they know, and all they have to offer. If they showed up in person, that would be a real problem because some of them definitely do that. They want reaction and interaction, but everyone's situation is different. Personally, our plan is to not answer the door. If we could drive away or go somewhere else, that would work also, but not even a single word or eye contact. A lot of them want to leave crap at your door and stuff like that because, again, they're forcing you to deal with them, even if it is only indirectly. You don't want to give them any hope whatsoever. And there is an update. That just made me really sad, bro. I know that sometimes that's the case, bro. Sometimes I get tripped out. I'm like, are we actually doing something wrong? Like telling people to be like no contact with people. So, I mean, I know there's situations where that's right and the best call. But like, I don't know.
I think it should just be no contact. I don't know. I just think like there's nothing really beneficial. I mean, I guess maybe a little retirement fund or something, but like I don't know if it would like actually if he's lying or not. I'm not sure. You did that.
Okay. Update. I got a lot of good advice from my last post from many lovely commentators who have more experience handling this kind of relationship than I do. Most people told me not to reach out because that would only invite more emails. I ended up deleting my last post out of fear my dad would see it and send me another email, but that happened anyways. On Tuesday, I think I got the worst email to date, which is weird because he normally doesn't send emails so close together. It started with him saying, "My therapist told me to say this to you. which was about the only glimmer of light in the whole message because I really do hope he is in therapy, but I can't imagine a therapist instructing a parent to share what he followed that sentence with. He told me that he has, quote, always allowed your mom to tell you all sorts of lies about me since the breakup, and wanted to share his story. He followed with what apparently was a writing assignment from his therapist. He started describing in detail multiple times in which my mother, who I am closer to, mistreated him during their relationship, both before and after I was born. While he did put a trigger warning in the message, I do not think it was appropriate or necessary for me to have those details. I can't imagine a therapist telling anyone to share this information with their child. One part of the email that struck me as funny is my dad implied that my mom was trying to baby trap him with me. I have talked to my mom about the circumstances of my birth in the past, and she told me that she lost her health insurance, which made her have to miss her birth control shot, and they decided they would just be safe about it, but clearly they weren't. I don't know why my mother, who was in her early 20s and still in college, would baby trap a struggling musician when they were both super broke. I don't know. That detail specifically really rubbed me the wrong way. I don't want to post all the graphic depictions of mistreatment, but trust me, it was an extremely dramatic and difficult read. Now I have two sides of the story regarding my mom and dad's marriage. My mom has been very transparent with me about how they were both harmful towards each other, minus the gory details my dad graciously provided, and how they drove each other crazy. My dad's story is that he was the victim. He was just trying to do his best, and my mom manipulated him into staying in the relationship. And by the way, if you want to stay listening to more full episodes with stories just like this one, you go to your favorite podcast platforms like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, yeah. And you search what? What do you search, Savannah?
Okay, story time.
Yes,
And
that is correct.
You'll see Bane, and you'll see a
You
girl
will
with a
have
lot of armpit hair.
the girl with
And
the
you'll see
dragon under her arms.
Keon.
Technically, they won't see us because they're listening to us, but they can picture
Whatever.
us.
Toot, toot. Let me get it.
Blah, blah, blah.
Honestly, I don't know what any of that has to do with me at the end of the day. Either my dad sent this email knowing it would hurt me, get me to feel bad specifically for him, or he didn't even think of how it would affect me. He sent it for him. He didn't send it with my interests at heart. It was so upsetting. I cried for hours, unable to stop visualizing everything. I determine my relationships with my two parents on how they make me feel, not on their marriage. Their marriage was terrible. They got divorced like 20 years ago. I don't need to know this. I don't know. I'm just upset about it and preparing for him to show up at my work or home. I don't know what else to do. Decoy house. Decoy, I mean it. Decoy house.